which has seven white horses. Actually, it is about Lord Sun, and it should be kept in the eastern zone of the house. If you keep it on on any of the eastern wall, if you are not able to locate the exactly eastern zone and the eastern wall, then you can select any any room, but try to find its eastern wall and you can keep it there. For example, if your living room, if you want to keep it in your living room and your living room is falling in the western zone, so you can keep it in your living room, but try to keep it on its eastern wall. Deo Mishra ji is saying that, ma'am, why people wear black dhaga in his or her leg? Please describe. Black thread is worn to keep the evil eyes away. So, black thread, if you see people either wear it in their foot or they wear it around their waist or they wear it around their necks. Wherever the black thread is being worn, it is basically worn to keep evils away, because black thread, but if you're just wearing it like that, it might not be that effective. If you're wearing a black thread which is sacred, which has been pre-energized, which is abhimantrit, then it does wonders in keeping the evil away. Ritu Sani Malhotra ji, राधे राधे, how are you doing? संजय निश्चय जोशी बादल जी, राधे राधे, कैसे हैं आप? नीरू चावला जी, राधे राधे, कैसी हैं? राधे राधे भाई साहब, सादर चरण स्पर्श, कैसे हैं आप? अ, जी माय प्लेजर तरला जी, माय प्लेजर। सो सूर्य की जब पेंटिंग लगाई जाती है, सूर्य भगवान की भी पेंटिंग लगाई जाती है कई बार, तो उसमें आप देखेंगे कई बार घरों में कि एक कॉपर का एक स्ट्रक्चर होता है सूर्य, जिसको लोग कहते हैं कि मैम हमने कॉपर का सूरज लगाया है, तांबे का सूरज लगाया है। सो वो भी आप ईस्टर्न वॉल पर कहीं भी लगा सकते हैं, इवन नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न वॉल पर लगा सकते हैं उसको। और वैसे वो अभिमंत्रित नहीं होता है, तो उसका जो एनर्जी लेवल होता है वो बहुत माइक्रो लेवल का होता है। सो एनी पेंटिंग दैट वी आर टॉकिंग हियर इज बिकॉज इट्स नॉट अभिमंत्रित, वो माइक्रो लेवल की एनर्जी होती है, लेकिन समथिंग इज बेटर देन नथिंग। और वास्तु इज अ लॉट अबाउट सिंबॉलिज्म, वास्तु में हम सिंबॉलिज्म को बहुत जगह देते हैं, उसी के ऊपर बेस्ड है ये सब कुछ, राइट? प्राची त्यागी जी, राधे राधे, कैसी हैं आप? नेहा मिन्हास, राधे राधे, कैसी हो? रश्मि थरानी इज आस्किंग व्हाट कैन आई पुट इन द साउथ ईस्टर्न कॉर्नर? साउथ ईस्टर्न कॉर्नर में बहुत कुछ लगाया जा सकता है रश्मि थरानी जी। साउथ ईस्टर्न कॉर्नर इज द कॉर्नर ऑफ लग्जरीज, इज द कॉर्नर ऑफ लॉर्ड, is the corner of Venus, and is the corner of wealth also. It is the corner of kitchen also. It is, so a lot can be put there. If you are into business, if you are into global businesses, if you are into a business which deals with several countries other than only one country, then you can put a crystal lotus, and you can keep coins of seven different countries, which should have at least one coin which belongs to your own country where you are residing, and then six more from six other countries. But make sure that those denominations, like they have higher values. So try to avoid lower value coins, try to go for bigger value coins, and those coins you can keep in that crystal lotus, and that crystal lotus you can keep in the southeastern zone. So when you say southeastern zone is about a lot about crystals. Whatever crystals you have in the house, try to bring them and keep them in the southeastern zone. It will channelize the aura of southeastern zone. Moreover, in southeastern zone, I prefer to keep paintings of lotus. Lotus paintings are specially very good for southeastern zone. You can have them there. In the southeastern zone, you can have paintings of Deepak. You can have paintings of fire. You can have paintings of lotus. You can have paintings of money. So you can have, if you have all that, you can have it in the southeastern zone. Neha Minhas is asking, which painting should I put on north wall in my living room? It is more towards northeast. When you have a painting and it is more towards north and northeast, the best thing to put there would be, I would say, water, and flowing water, not stagnant water. Try to put flowing water. Flowing water can be river. It does not need to. Like it's not needed to be a fall. Waterfall is not needed, but I would rather recommend a river or a lake. A lake is equally good. So you can portray a lake with not too. So you should not be putting big mountains over there, because northeast is not about big heights. Northeast signifies low height. So river with some fields or some flowers, maybe some gardens and river flowing, that should be good. And even you can even portray a well over there. कुआं, कुएं का फोटोग्राफ जो होता है वो भी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बहुत अच्छा माना गया है। प्रज्ञा मोहिले जी, राधे राधे, कैसी हैं आप? Krishna Chaudhary is asking, where can I put my family and ancestors' pictures? That's a very good question, Krishna ji, but it has two different questions. Let me make it very clear to everybody who is joining this session that when we say family pictures and ancestral pictures, these are two different things. Many a times it happens that we go to clients' homes and we see that people club these photographs. People have their ancestral pictures and their family pictures all clubbed together and portrayed on walls. Please avoid it. You cannot do that. Deceased people, people who are no more there in our lives, people who are ancestors to us. Pictures of such souls should always be put in the southwestern zone of the house, especially on the southern wall, दक्षिणी दीवार. दक्षिणी दीवार पर ही ऐसे photographs होने चाहिए. But for family, like for people who are very much a part of your lives, living beings who are still alive, right? So for all such people, you will be putting their pictures either in the east, on the eastern wall or the western wall. So zone can be any wall, zone can be any zone, but wall has to be either eastern wall or western wall. So east west has to be the orientation of family pictures. Now it becomes slightly tricky when the line of meridian is tilted in your home. For example, if your home is southeast facing or northwest facing or southwest facing, right? So if your house is such that it is not at a 90-degree angle and it is tilted, then in such homes it is difficult to find a pure eastern wall or a pure western wall where you can put pictures of your family members. So in such cases, first thing is to avoid putting pictures on walls. It is the best thing you can do. So try to avoid putting pictures. Second thing, if you have to put it, put them diagonally. You should never put them on tilted walls like northeastern wall, southeastern wall. No, you should never do that. You should put diagonally. That is so that you get an exact east and exact west. You have to get an exact east and exact west. Only then you can put your family pictures. Otherwise, no. अमर जी इज आस्किंग दी फिटकरी का प्रयोग बताएं, जैसे कहाँ कब और कितनी मात्रा में रखी जाती है. सो मात्रा फिटकरी में इतना मैटर नहीं करेगी, क्योंकि आप जो है कितना रखेंगे घर में, 100 ग्राम, 200 ग्राम, 500 ग्राम, उससे ज्यादा नहीं रखेंगे. सो वो इतना मैटर नहीं करेगी. लेकिन कम ज्यादा वाली मात्रा, कम से कम वाली मात्रा जो है वो मैटर करेगी। इसमें ये मैटर ये करता है कि आपका जो नॉर्दर्न जोन है, यानी कि रूम्स विच स्पेशली such rooms where you hardly see sun, rooms which are not exposed to direct sunlight, are most prone to negativity in Vastu, like northern zone rooms. Northern zone rooms where you hardly get sunlight, direct sunlight, especially in countries where, especially in seasons like in North America, if you see, um, during winters, the sunlight, you hardly get sunlight from during winters from 9 around 9 a.m. to 4 5 p.m. That's it. After that, there's no sun. And if you have a room in north zone, and one or two windows, hardly one window in the north zone, you'll see that there is hardly any sunlight in that room. This room create like accumulates lots of negative energy because there's no scope for good energy, no scope for energy movement. When sunlight comes, it takes away the negative energy and it creates more room for positive energy. But when there's no movement of sunlight, direct sunlight, then we there's not much room for positive energy. So such rooms specially need alum treatment and camphor treatment. For such rooms, you need to keep alum salt or Epsom salt or fit curry. You can keep them and you can keep it in a container and you can keep replacing it every month. Best time to replace it is every Amavasya. Every Amavasya, you replace the old Epsom salt. You can simply flush it and put and replace it with a new set of Epsom salt and camphor. That is the best way to you know um, detox the room of negativity. And one more thing which you can do here, especially for garages and cold rooms where sun actually does not reach that much, especially cold rooms. Again, this Epsom salt treatment is very beneficial. Neha Minas is asking, can it be lake and rising sun? Yes, you can put lake and rising sun in the north zone, especially because little northeast zone is coming. You can do that. Saroj Thapar ji, Radhe Radhe. Sarvesh Tiwari ji, Radhe Radhe. How are you doing? My pleasure, Neha. Krishna Chaudhary ji, my pleasure. Sarvesh Tiwari ji is asking, ma'am, my salary is good, but I have not saved money. What should I do? So, Sarvesh Tiwari ji, if you are not able to save enough money, make sure that wherever you are keeping your Lakshmi, you are giving her asan, right? If you are whatever you are earning, just remember one thing, that Mahalakshmi is Chanchala. She is known for her nature, where she is very mobile. She cannot stay for a very long period at one place. She has to move around, right? In such situation, she will stay back only if you give her a very favorable environment. To provide her a very favorable environment, you need to give her, friendly atmosphere, like wherever you in your temple, keep Abhimantrit Shankh, keep Abhimantrit, and you should be praying to Lord Ganesh along with Mahalakshmi. Then you should be praying to Lord Vishnu along with Mahalakshmi. So if when Mahalakshmi comes and she sees that she has a family around her, she feels like staying back. If she does not find a friendly family atmosphere, she quickly goes away from there. Moreover, when she comes, she sees that there's a lot of negativity happening in the house, maybe crying or cribbing around, or people who are arguing. She won't stay back. If you want that she should stay back, try to avoid such things in the house. If it's unavoidable, then try to unblock this negativity by blowing conch. Every day, twice you should blow conch, which is शंखनाद, जिसे हम कहते हैं। तो आपको शंखनाद करना चाहिए घर में, जिससे कि जो नेगेटिव एनर्जी है वो दूर हो, और माँ लक्ष्मी उस घर में ठहरना पसंद करती हैं जहाँ शंखनाद होता है। तीसरी बात, अभिमंत्रित कमल गट्टे माँ को बहुत प्रिय है। अभिमंत्रित कमल गट्टे, which is lotus seeds. So pre-energized lotus seeds are uh, very very favorable in this situation. You should keep them, try to keep them, and whatever money you get in the form of cash or check, try, or maybe even your credit cards, you can keep them on those abhimantra, that is pre-energized kamalgattas. Try to keep all your money over that, so it will definitely help boost your savings. रोशनी खंडेलवाल जी राधे राधे, रेखा शर्मा जी राधे राधे, राधे राधे मामा, कैसे हो आप? Other than this, Sarvesh Tiwari ji, you must have seen there is a yantra which is called Mahalakshmi Meru. Mahalakshmi Meru is an excellent yantra to boost your savings, to increase your savings. It is when provided from the house of Vasu Chhavi, you will see that it has four Abhimantrit Kamalgattas around it. The entire thing is Abhimantrit, and you have to offer Kumkum on it every day. Every day, 16 times, you offer Kumkum on it, and while chanting Mahalakshmi's mantra. And after that, you chant Ma Lakshmi's mantra with Kamalgatta Mala, or you can even use Svatik Mala, Abhimantrit Svatik Mala. And this again is a very good booster to boost your finances, especially to boost your savings. It is very good. You can use that also. And now, continuing with, otherwise I'll get deviated. So, continuing with our topic of today, which is what colors to use, what color scheme is most suited in the house. So, color scheme, when it comes to color scheme, if you see, you will always see that our walls, too, they might not look very interesting to you, but they are mostly very whitish. What is the reason? Because white does not hold any energy. If ever I have to color it also, I'll choose the lightest shades. If I have to choose the shade of green, I'll choose the lightest shade of green. If I have to color it yellow, I'll choose the lightest shade of yellow. Because light shades do not hold negative energy, negative or positive both. They do not hold energy in them, they just reflect back. That is the beauty of light colors. And that's what I want in my house, and that's the reason I never color them dark. But at the same time, you have to give add some colors to your home, to your life. So how do you do that? You have to be very selective. Like every zone has its specific colors. Every zone has its specific colors. Northeastern zone's color is yellow. So if you're planning to color your northeastern zone, and if you're planning curtains for your northeastern zone, or if you're planning to have some artifacts in your northeastern zone, then yellow is the color which you can select. Now we come to the eastern zone. Color for eastern zone is orange and gold, copper. For northeastern zone also you can select gold color also along with yellow. Now for east you can select copper, gold, orange, red, pink. These colors. Basically, all the colors of sun you have to select. Now, when we come to the southeastern zone, you can select all the colors of um, like silver. You can select silver. You can select white. You can select very light pink. You can select dark pink also, but minimal. But you can select light pink. Then we go to south. There you can select uh, in south you can select dark deep red, and dark deep red you can select for south zone. Then in southwest you can select maroon, you can select brown, you can select grays. Those are the colors of southwest zone. Then you come to west zone. West zone, the colors of west zone are all shades of blue. They can be like turquoise blue, deep navy blue, whatever colors you're looking for. And then we come to northwest. The colors are again white and light gray. Then we come to north. The colors are all shades of green, and you can add some silver to it if you want. So these are basically the color schemes which you can keep in mind while designing your home, and this can definitely help you. अमनजीत सिंह दी दक्षिण भारत में हमने देखा है कि वहां महिलाएं सुबह द्वार में हल्दी का प्रयोग कर चौखट सजाती हैं। क्या ऐसी पूजा हम भी कर सकते हैं? इस पूजा का क्या महत्व होता है, प्लीज हमें बताएं। सो आप देखेंगे कि दक्षिण भारत में हल्दी का प्रयोग भी किया जाता है और चावल का प्रयोग भी किया जाता है। चावल के आटे से दहलीज की पूजा की जाती है बेसिकली। सो बेसिकली व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज यू आर giving you are creating space for opportunities, क्योंकि जो मुख्य द्वार होता है आपका, जो आपका मेन एंट्रेंस होता है, दैट इज द जोन फॉर अपॉर्चुनिटीज। आप अगर जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज की जगह है उसी को साफ सुथरा नहीं रखेंगे, वहीं अगर जाले लगे होंगे, काउवेब्स होंगे, इट इज नॉट गुड। सो जब महिलाएं उस जगह को साफ सुथरा रखती हैं, महिलाएं क्यों, पुरुष भी रख सकते हैं, जो भी घर के सदस्य हैं वो सभी रख सकते हैं। आपके बच्चों को भी प्रेरित करें कि वो भी करें। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो महिलाएं ही करेंगी, कोई भी कर सकता है। पहले देखिए महिलाएं इसलिए किया करती थी क्योंकि महिलाएं घर पर रहती थी ज्यादा और पुरुष घर के बाहर जाया करते थे। सो लेडीज हैड ऑल द टाइम टू डू ऑल दिस, बट नाउ when both are working they can mutually distribute all this work, right? तो आपका जो जो मेन एंट्रेंस होता है उसको आपको सबसे पहले तो यू हैव टू कीप इट वेरी क्लीन। मेक श्योर कि वहां पे धूल मिट्टी ना हो, वहां पर जाले ना हो किसी भी प्रकार के। उसके बाद क्योंकि वो जगह ऐसी है जहां से आप वहां से आने जाने वाला कौन व्यक्ति आपके घर में अ, लक्ष्मी का रूप लेकर के प्रवेश करेगा आप नहीं जानते। तो इसलिए आप उसे हमेशा लक्ष्मी के लिए रेडी रखते हैं, ऑलवेज। यू नेवर नो किसके रूप में माँ लक्ष्मी आ जाए। इसलिए हर दिन, दीपावली के दिन तो करते ही हैं, लेकिन हर दिन यू मेक इट रेडी फॉर माँ लक्ष्मी। दिस इज अ ब्यूटिफुल ट्रेडिशन ऑफ सदर्न इंडिया विच आई रियली लव। आई ऑल्सो रिग्रेट इवन आई एम नॉट एबल टू फॉलो दैट एवरी डे इन माई होम। आई वॉन्ट टू डू दैट बट आई एम नॉट। कभी कभी क्योंकि एक तो अभी तो मैं जहाँ पर रह रही हूँ वहां पे समर में तो स्टिल वी कैन मैनेज, बट विंटर इट इज टू डिफिकल्ट। इतनी देर हम घर के बाहर रह करके पूजा कर ही नहीं सकते क्योंकि इट इज फ्रीजिंग कोल्ड। लेकिन हाँ, जहां पर किया जा सकता है, जैसे कि सदर्न इंडिया में आप देखेंगे वहां पे टेम्परेचर हमेशा एक जैसा रहता है एंड इट इज सच अ ब्यूटिफुल वेदर कि वहां पे यू कैन मैनेज टू डू दिस। तो जहां आप मैनेज कर सकते हैं वहां जरूर करें। एटलीस्ट इतना तो सभी कर सकते हैं कि अपने घर के का जो दरवाजा है, जो उसकी चौखट है, जो डोर फ्रेम है, वो हमेशा साफ रहे। वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वहां कुछ गंदगी ना रहे, उसे खूबसूरत रखें। यू कैन keep it beautiful with flowers, you can keep it beautiful with some artifacts, whichever way you do it, but you have to keep it beautiful. You cannot just ignore it, you have to have something over there. So one more way of simplifying it for people who are working, who don't have time to do an everyday dehri, a way to do is have a rug outside your house. आप जब अपने घर के बाहर एक रग रखते हैं, यानी कि एक वहां पर आप छोटा सा पैर पोछ जिसको बोलते हैं वो आप रखते हैं और उसको क्लीन बनाए रखते हैं हमेशा, that also definitely adds up to the energy. I do that all the time. I always have a rug outside my home क्योंकि वो बहुत important है and it adds up to the energy. तो वो आप कर सकते हैं। जब चावल के आटे से हम रंगोली बनाते हैं, हल्दी से जब हम वहाँ पर स्वस्तिक बनाते हैं, तो हम वहाँ पर जो भी कुछ नेगेटिविटी होती है उसको दूर करते हैं। हल्दी इज नॉट ओनली एन एंटीसेप्टिक, इट इज अ ब्यूटिफुल हर्ब, आई वुड से, विच इज सो ब्लेस्ड, जिसको आप जब जब यूज करते हैं, बी इट ऑन योर बॉडी, inside your body, outside your body, in your house, it brings lots and lots of positivity. It is known to bring lots of positivity. तो उसको जब यूज किया जाता है तो बहुत ही पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट्स होते हैं. Amy Pet is asking if someone or their parents are traveling and need a company to travel along, you can refer this free service to them. Oh, we will definitely refer Amy Pet G, but I don't think that comment is relevant in this show or no, but thank you. आशुतोष गुप्ता जी, राधे राधे, कैसे हैं आप? राधे राधे डैड, हाउ यू डूइंग? तो वी वर डिस्कसिंग कि क्या पेंटिंग्स आप लगा सकते हैं, क्या कलर इफेक्ट्स, क्या कलर स्कीम हो सकती है आपके घर में. इसके अलावा लोग ये जानना चाहते हैं कई बार कि आपके घर में आपको जो मंदिर है वो किस तरह से प्लान करना है. वो एक अपने आप में बड़ा टॉपिक है, उसको हम नेक्स्ट वीक कवर करेंगे. मंदिर से रिलेटेड अगर आपके कोई भी क्वेश्चंस हों, उनको आप नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए रेडी रखिए. नेक्स्ट वीक आप इसी समय पर कनेक्ट कीजिएगा. वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग हाउ टू प्लान योर टेम्पल, और उसके साथ साथ अगले हफ्ते हम गंगा दशहरा की भी बात करेंगे, बिकॉज वी आर अप्रोचिंग गंगा दशहरा. तो ये दोनों टॉपिक्स को नेक्स्ट वीक कवर करेंगे. तब तक के लिए आज के आनंद की जय 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 श्री राधे.